Okay, here's what we're turning this week. It's a piece of maple. I have an idea what I want to make it, but I'm not going to say it because it might not end up that. It has a pretty serious crack right here, and I don't know how far that's going to go or how far it's going to last. And that crack has cracks. So I'm a little sketchy on this piece of wood. Like I said, I have something in mind, but I'm not going to worry about what that is until I get this thing and see if it's going to stay together or not. It could turn out to be something really beautiful. It's going to turn into something that's going to be really cool, but it just might not be as big as it is. So on that, let's get started. First, let's find the center. Oh, look, we're going to do it differently. 9 inches, that's 4.5, somewhere around there. What's it say? 9 inches, that's also 4.5. Turn it again. 9 inches, that's also 4.5. So I'm going to say the middle's right about there. Looks like the wood's stable enough to hold a woodworm screw, so that's what we're going to do. This is going to be the top. This is going to be the bottom. This is probably going to be shrapnel, but we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, we'll find out. Well, it feels good and solid with the drill bit, so we're going to call that a plus. And I'm going to stay left-handed until I get this thing down to size. I'm going to bump the speed up. Faster the better. Should I try it? About just under 700. Hey, good morning.
Without running around, I stopped by to see what's going on.
I'm over here making a mess.
Oh.
Well, this thing's got an awful lot of cracks. I don't know what it's going to do. It could be bad. I think I'm going to turn it at least down. I'll probably just turn it down to this size here and end up making a vase out of it because it just looks like it's going to come apart. We'll find out. That's the trouble with turning this old wood. You never know what it's going to do. But we're going to find out. We're going to go up to 700. Okay, let's see what we're looking at. Well, we still got this one here, and I'm not sure what it's going to do. I think this is kind of cool right here. What do you think? This is also cool. This is also a big crack, but it's not. Now I'm going to start dumping some CA glue on this thing and see if it won't... I think I'm going to turn it inside of this, though. I'll turn this down so this goes away. I'm not sure I trust that when we come to the inside. But this is all... Yeah. This is pretty stable right here. But I think I'm going to try to turn this off here, so we'll see what happens. still got a corner here. Almost gone. Still soft right there though. Let's have a look. See, I kind of like that shape. Ooh, it's going to be pretty. And we still got some stuff on here, but it's almost gone. You know, I'm going to go through that. I'm just going to make that all go away. Besides, by the time I have this, it might all be gone away. This might be a good time to try this new scraper out. Let's try it and see what happens. Feels pretty good. That got a lot of that tear out. Still got a little. Let's see if we can keep, let's work on this some more. This thing, huh. Okay. Not sponsored. But if you wanted to hook me up with some more of these, that'd be great. I'm gonna speed this up just a little bit more. Yeah, we're at 900, and I'm just going to kind of work this out of here a little bit more. Why is that so crunchy? I'm gonna try to trim this up a little bit, and then we're gonna flip this. What do you think? How do you feel about that? Let's flip it. What do you think? Being as I didn't show you the last time how I did the dye because the camera quit and I didn't notice, I'm gonna dye this one too. And we'll see if we can make something cool out of it. Okay, that steady rest is going to make things settle down some. We're liking that. Lots of thickness there. Bar, so that's why it's so far back. Not that thick. So watch this part right here. So we're going to start right up here. We're going to be thick around this chine, and we're going to come about pretty even. Opens up down there at the bottom. I can scrape some more off the bottom of it there. All right, so we're looking at it from two angles now. Hopefully I'll get this one all recorded properly. I've got to make amends for last week's. My battery went dead in the GoPro, which I was filming this with. So this time I'm doing a backup with this camera, and I have the GoPro up here, and between the two of them, maybe I'll get this process shot. Okay, so I'm gonna go get some sandpaper and finish sanding. I've already sanded this down to 320, and I used 91% alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and just drowned it in this, rubbed it through real good, and let it dry out, evaporate out to raise the grain. Now I'm going to go from, I think this inside could use a little 150 action, so I'm going to go from 150 on the inside all the way down to 320 or 400, depending on how I feel about it. And then we're going to go ahead and put some stain on this. So I'll bring you back when I'm all finished with that. I'm first putting on Zinsser Seal Coat. It's Bullseye Seal Coat. There's a key there. The thing about this stuff is it has no waxes in it. So without the waxes, it's not necessarily for making your product shine. It's there to seal up all the pores. That's okay. Reverse is fine. I'm going to take this little rag here and buff this out a little bit. Turn some speed up on it. Let's see how it works. So I'm going to dump some alcohol in here, in my little tub, my little mixing tub. Okay, I put some alcohol in there. That's the 90, what is this called? 91 proof or something like that? 91% iso alcohol. Now I'm going to use crimson first. And I'm not going to make this a real, and this is an alcohol based ink, so I'm not going to make this a real strong color yet. I'll just put a few drops in there. And I'm just going to mix that around. Sort of like that. So it's kind of orangey. So there it is. I've cut that down. That's my mix. Okay, did you see how accurately I measured that? Not a whole lot of science there for me. We're just going to put color in. These are one-offs. They're one of a kind. I'm not going to make two of them that look just like this. But this is how I'm making this one. So this should go on the bowl fairly light. And I'm using a sheet because a sheet picks up color real well, and it also lets it go real well. So you can see that's not a real, it's not turning it really, really dark. It's just, that's the color. Now I'm going to take and bring it all the way down the bowl. Well, 2/3 anyway. So now, in all honesty, that don't look too bad all by itself right there. But it's not exciting. I mean, it's pretty. I think it's pretty. What do you think? You tell me, is that crimson looking good or what? And I'm rubbing that in right up to the line of the, where we put the, you know, that bullseye, the Zinsser bullseye. Now, I'm going to add a few more drops of dye and make it darker. Watch this. I don't know how this is going to work out, but we're going to give it a shot here. Yeah, another little few more drops in there. About 5. I mix it up real good. Now it's darker. That looks darker. It looks darker. So I'm going to pick this up on the rag again, on my, and I'm going to start here. I don't know if you can see the difference or not. I can see the difference. And I'm just going to feather that down there a little bit, like a happy little red bull. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside. So I wiped this off with a piece of I rinsed it out with alcohol, wiped it out with a paper towel. It might have a little bit more color left in it. Am I concerned about that? Not really. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go with this amethyst, alcohol-based ink, and I'm going to give it a shot. And then I'm going to wash her down pretty hard with, oh, I guess I have to open this. And I'm not bothering to let that other dry 100% either. Mixing thoroughly. So now I have the amethyst, and this isn't even all the way dry. It's still not, it's still got red going on there, all right? But I'm going to take this purple, this amethyst, and I'm going to take it from the bottom here. I'm going to bring it up and blend this. So there might be a little bit of color mixing, and I'm okay with that. Because, you know, we're learning about things. Now, is there a science to this? No, not at all. Not for me, not at this stage of the game anyway. This is called an experiment. If this is if you want to make it be scientific, we'll call this an experiment. And I didn't use any fancy quantitative science on anything. I just went till I thought it looked right. And if I don't like it, I'll put on, like this is looking maybe just a little light on the blue, but we'll see how it dries. The purple, the amethyst. And I'm just going to kind of buff the edges in there a little bit so it blends a little. I mean, what could go wrong? And make this very bottom part just a little bit darker. Just right at the base. And I just added that color right on top of the existing color. I'm going to bring this over here so maybe you can see it better. I'm just going to scuff it in there so it blends just a little bit. Okay, and that's how we did it. Now I'm just taking the same old crimson rag that I had before and kind of scuffing over to blend. And it'll be interesting to see what this turns out like when we put a finish on it. But for now, we're just going to let that dry for an hour, 45 minutes, and then we'll come out and put a finish on it. and I hope it turns out good. But I'm not going to know until it's all set up and cured and pretty. All right, be back in a bit. So, how do you think that turned out? Just at a glance? I think this is too much red right here. I think I might take some 320 here and just kind of scuff this out here just a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot. I kind of anticipated that this would be a little splotchy in this soft spots because that ink will go way deeper. 400 grit. Okay, I think that's okay. Let's see what we did with it. Let's see how this blended. I think this is going to be okay. Lacquer here, and I'm just going to spray this out and oh, I need better light. Turn my light on. There it is. Oh, I think I like it. You never know until you put the lacquer on. Oh, I think I really like it. I think it's going to be cooler than cool. It's going to take about 3 or 4 coats of that, though. I'm going to put this on about F1. Turn this down to 100 RPM. Turn that on. And now I'm going to go run an errand, and by the time I come back, I'll be able to put on another coat. Little gray pad here. And we're just going to go all in one direction. Okay, we'll be back in an hour, or maybe 40 minutes. At least one more, maybe 2. I don't want to go too thick. Okay, I'm going to leave this run all night long, and then we'll probably put another coat on in the morning. We'll do one more coat in the morning. And on that note, oh God, this looks like it could just leave it alone. You know, you can always put on too much when you should only be putting on a little. Just say stop and add more tomorrow. Okay, say goodnight. I'm going in. So, Yorkshire grit, abrasive paste. This is the original. And it works so nice. It works really nice. So, I'm going to use an old sheet to apply this. Oh yeah, the lawnmower you hear in the background, that's my neighbor doing his first annual lawn mowing. And I think we can take it to a whole nother level. We can take that to one more level with this Yorkshire grit microfine. So that's our next step. I think that might be a little bit thicker than it should be. So this is like shining the finish up to 1500 grit. So they tell me. That's what I read, or that's what I see on YouTube. Alright, well here it is, Pacific Northwest Broadleaf Maple. The outside is dyed with crimson and amethyst alcohol-based ink. I'm pretty pleased with the way it turned out. I'm learning a little more about the dyeing wood using alcohol-based inks. I like the result. I'm going to keep doing this. Might even do another one for next week. Let's see. That just about wraps it up for this video. Remember, I'll be giving away a turning every month to a lucky subscriber. So if you like the content, go ahead and touch the little chalice down there in the lower left-hand corner. And if you like the video, it'd be really helpful to me if you hit the like button. Yep, that's going to do it. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.